Hello, hello, welcome in, welcome back, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa and this is North Star Energy Healing. Today, as you know, we're doing the January to June 2026 messages for the sign of Leo. So my guides gave me a totally different way of doing this time. I had my tarot decks ready to go when I started all these readings, and they said, no, we want you to use oracle cards for each month. Pull one card from a different deck for an overview of January to June, the overview of the energies for that 6 months. I also looked up some information to give you regarding that January to June time frame. So this case, for the last two readings I'm doing, which is Leo and Sagittarius, they wanted me to use the Enchanted Map for the overview and the Wisdom of Avalon for the months. Other signs have had two different decks for this, but this is what they wanted me to use. And for tarot, the Pendragon, Red Dragon deck, so kind of a medieval theme, if you will, here. Okay, so Leo, July 23rd to August 22nd, you are represented by the constellation of the Lion. The Strength card is your card in the tarot. You are a fire sign, and you exude confidence. You love to make an entrance into a room. Your ruling planet or star is the sun. Energy, passion, leader, center of attention, charismatic, loyal, and often can be stubborn. So January to June, astrologically, you may seek more solitude. Things from the past are magnified. Changes and endings, okay? Endings and beginnings. Significant changes in close relationships and the need for boundaries, not to overgive. You may be facing some things from your past that will come up between January and June. Okay, so let's see if there are any moons. Okay, February 1st is a full snow moon in Leo. Let me see, are there any others? All right, that's the only one. So in this first 6 months, February 1st, full snow moon in your sign. Magnificent. Okay, now some other planetary things to be aware of. On February 20th, Neptune and Saturn move into Aries, bringing major events, not only for you, but, worldwide. Pluto moves into Aquarius, bringing innovation and independence. In May, Pluto goes retrograde, so it slows down and gives us a chance to look back and reflect on what's been going on January to April, right? So in May, it kind of slows down. Now, 3 days before Neptune, Saturn are in Aries and Pluto is in Aquarius, we usher in the year of the fire horse, the Chinese year of the fire horse. We haven't had this since 1966. We've had year of the horse, but not the fire horse. This is going to be dynamic and intense energy with big changes and growth. So February, because of Neptune and Saturn moving into Aries and Pluto moving into Aquarius, plus the year of the fire horse beginning, February will be an explosive month for everyone. The horse represents independence, stamina, strength, freedom, and determination. And with fire behind it, it just enhances all of these things. So in the year of the fire horse, we're going to find more people wanting more freedom, personal freedom, freedom of expression, freedom from 9-to-5 jobs. More people are going to start their own businesses, begin bartering again. People are going to wake up to big pharma, big conglomerate, big government controls, and understanding and seeing what's been hidden from us. More people are going to work on making their dreams come true and living more authentically. So, yeah, this is going to be some big times coming in here. Okay, so first let's look. Once I do this, I'm going to pull a tarot spread on camera, but it just takes way too long to pull all these cards on camera. It makes the reading too long, and people get disinterested. So, the overview energy for Leo for January to June 2026 is number 52. Which is a 7, reflection, looking back at things you've done the previous year, the previous month, or what have you. This is the magical map shifter. She brings in people into your life that can be a catalyst for change, right? She has a compass on her chest. She has a pocket watch or a clock in one hand and a bunch of, I would say, lotus feathers or something of the like in the other hand. She has wings. She has a full moon behind her, and she looks very determined. So let's see. Spirit orchestrates everyone's destiny. When the magical map shifter card arrives, it comes with a mission to make you aware of the people who come into your life to impact your personal growth. Perhaps you may meet a soulmate whose presence invites you to the best you that you can be, or someone who leads you out of difficulty and into success. Pay attention to those individuals who cross your path and cause you to reflect on your journey. Be awake and aware, and you'll recognize them for the important change agents that they are. Your whole perspective about who you are and why you're here will shift. The magical map shifter always initiates you into a better version of yourself. So it sounds like January to June 2026 is going to be a big time of growth, catalyzed by the people who come into your life during those 6 months. Interesting. All right, now, from the Wisdom of the Avalon, we're going to start with January, and you have the Dragon. This is number 24, Power and Strength, the Dragon. The Dragon comes to offer you its power and strength to protect and fortify you on this leg of your journey. The dragon symbolizes true power and reminds you that this infinite source is not found within your personality or ego. True power resides deep within your soul, so call on the dragon's spiritual power and strength. And you will find a vast resource to strengthen your resolve. So in January, you may need to call on Dragon, that fiery beast, to back you up in something. That's kind of what I'm hearing and feeling. So let me see. Strengthen your resolve through morality, integrity, and purpose. If you're struggling with these issues, the dragon will restore them to you. Remember that the power of the spiritual world can never be broken. Watch for a signal. The dragon always makes the next step clear and gives you the power to take it. So 24 is a 6. 6s are harmony, right? So in order to keep harmony in your life in January, you have to have integrity and morality. So you may come up against something that makes you feel like, this isn't quite right. I shouldn't be doing this, or they shouldn't be doing that. So I don't know what it will be. It will be different for each of you, but you're going to need to call on your morality and integrity in the month of January. February, the Queen. Number 4, stability. It could be stagnation, but let's see what the message is. So in the card, you see the Queen sitting on her throne. She's holding a cup that indicates fulfillment, right? Abundance. And there is a servant next to her and somebody playing a harp beneath her feet. Woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendship. So February, fertility, beauty, female sexual energy, earthly pleasures, and friendships among women. The Queen summons you to bestow her gifts upon you so that you can revel in the beauty of life. The Queen appears to remind you of the importance of self-esteem, self-worth, and holding your head high. Now is the time to set boundaries Now is the time to set boundaries with others with gentle authority, yet try not to be isolated from them in the process. Now remember, your astrology said something about, the need for boundaries. So while January brings in that integrity, that morality, February is bringing in the feminine energy of setting boundaries in an easy kind of way, a gentle way, right? The Queen also asks whether you're having fun. Maybe you need to read a good book with a cup of cocoa, or go to a spa, or make plans with your pals. Look after yourself and remember to nurture your friendships. Now, that kind of leans toward a more, feminine message. But, if you're a guy, do the things that nurture you. Maybe it's woodworking. Maybe it's skiing. Maybe it's, who knows what it is. But whatever it is that makes your soul feel nurtured, February is the time to bring that in. Okay, and then in March, you have the cow. This is number 20. 20 is about balance and choice. Come on. Nourishment, abundance, asking, and receiving. The cow says, take my milk. I can always feed you. I'll eat the grass of the goddess, and in turn, pass good fortune on to you. Nourishment is never ending when I appear on your path. Don't forget to till the soil so that grass may grow. Okay, so that, what I'm feeling and hearing is that in March, it's time to sow your seeds, right? Set your intentions, okay? So that you can have abundance later on. And March is the time. Maybe some places plant gardens. In Maine, we can't do it probably until April. But at any rate, abundance is made manifest out of a universal system. Do your part and I will do mine with joy. Ask and you will receive all the blessings I have to offer. The cow reminds you that there is no shortage of blessings in the world. Ask to partake in infinite abundance, and you will indeed get exactly what you need. Okay, so yeah, March is going to be the month, Leos, that you need to set your intentions, plant those seeds, sow those seeds of your dreams, right? Remember, 2026 is the year of making dreams come true. So in March, you may want to take some time away, some time to dream, work on those things that you want to. So how do you do that? Like, meditation is a way, right? Action is a way. If you really do want to plant a garden or make something, co-creating is a way. So in March, that month is going to be the month where you set things in motion, is what Source is saying to me. All right, April, trust. This is number 47, which is an 11, trust. So you see how outside of the path, there are boulders and pitfalls. But if you follow the path and stay on the path and trust the path, you'll get safely where you need to be. Do you have issues with faith? Do you have expectations of betrayal? Do you trust the mystery? Do you insist on mapping each tiny detail of your life, believing yourself to be the center of the universe? This marker reminds you that trust is required to move forward on your path, Leo. Believe and trust in the higher power. Belief and trust in higher power is about having faith that the outcome will be what it should be, no matter what it is. It is timely for you to place your trust in the divine, in your angels, and in the knowledge that there is a divine plan. Yeah, so sowing the seeds in March, but then trusting that everything will grow, that everything will become what it needs to become, what it should become, what the universe and your guides have in store for you, it will become. This marker also asks you to remember that humankind is imperfect, and even if you place your trust in another, there is potential for this trust to be broken. This means that you need to be discerning and not trust blindly. Okay. So the other reminder of this card is not placing blind faith in someone else or something else, right? Yeah. So you need to trust your gut and your instinct and your, your intentions and what you planted over what someone else may promise you, is what I'm hearing. Interesting. Okay. May, the Raven. Number 10. Tens are completing of a cycle and beginning of a brand new one. Magic, coincidence, synchronistic events. Wow. When the raven appears, it's a sign of magic, where coincidence and divine synchronicity bring surprising elements together. The raven reminds you that on the path to wholeness, the magic of Avalon appears and all things become possible. Ask the raven to help you be aware of synchronicity in your life and see how the goddess works anonymously on your path. There's that word path again. You had trusting the path previously, and now you have how the raven will show you your path, help you on your path. If you feel hopeless or lost, you may need reminding that this kind of magic occurs in your life every day. Even if you can't see it, trust it to bring joy, understanding, and fulfillment to your life, no matter what the present circumstances appear to be. Believe in the magic. Yeah, so this is kind of going right along, right? Morality, integrity, giving and receiving, doing things that nurture you, planting your seeds, sowing your intentions, trusting the path, trusting that what you get will be what it's supposed to be, but not blindly trusting in another, but trusting your own instincts. The raven then showing you the path, leading you on through. And then in June, you have hawk. Hawk is another number 11. So you have 11 twice in your reading. The hawk, omens and messages. When the hawk appears, expect a message to be delivered to you to aid you in your quest. Perhaps a phone call from a friend will help you solve a mystery, or a chance meeting with someone may solve a riddle. You may literally see writing on a wall or overhear a conversation between strangers that reveals your own answer unexpectedly. You will know it when it happens. Be open to messages from others and be aware of omens and signs in nature. The world is constantly attempting to communicate with us, but we human beings have forgotten how to listen. Listen and learn. This is the gift of the hawk as he soars into your life from Avalon's skies. Beautiful. Okay, so wow. Dragon, queen, cow, trust, raven, hawk. The magical map shifter has already told you that beings, it doesn't have to be a person. It can be a raven, a cow, or a hawk, or a dragon, right? It can be a feminine energy of a queen. The first 6 months of 2026, Leos, you are going to have opportunities with other people around you, other people, other beings, other, animals or what have you, mystical, magical beings that are going to point you in the right direction, excuse me. I love that. Spirit set up the whole thing by having the overview of the magical map shifter, telling you that people, animals, things will come into your life to change your point of view, your belief, or to put you on a different path. And all of these cards also said the same thing. I love it. Okay, now let's see what the tarot has for a message. Oh man, I love the weight of these cards. This is actually called the Llewellyn deck, and the weight of these cards is perfect for me. I love how it feels in my hands. Okay. All right, let's see. What is the tarot portion of the message for my beautiful Leos? 9 of Cups, that's accomplishment. That's accomplishment in a loving, nurturing way, a good feeling. 10 of Pentacles, yay. 10 of Pentacles is abundance. It's generational wealth. It's you with your business or what you're creating and doing. Aha! 3 of Cups, celebration. Beautiful feminine energy with that 3 of Cups. It doesn't, I mean, if you're a guy, that's fine too. But maybe you're celebrating with your wife, your partner, your daughters, even your mom. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. I love this. I love this deck. Next. This is why I don't do the whole thing of shuffling on camera. 6 of Cups, nostalgia. Lots of cups here. 3 cups out of 4 so far. So, going to be an emotional time, which doesn't, surprise me because you're going to be setting boundaries. You're going to be meeting new people. You're going to be seeing new signs. February is going to bring lots of action, passion, and emotion with those planet alignments and that Chinese New Year of the horse. The priestess. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. Okay, let's see. High priestess, the priestess. That's your intuition. More on the metaphysical side of you, but it's also endings and beginnings and being in between that. So that can also go with boundary setting, right? Because there may be some relationships that you will have to end when you're setting those boundaries. But you can do it softly, right? Like that queen said. That queen was about the boundary setting. Okay, what's the last one? Whoops, I thought that was it, but no. Last card for my beautiful Leos for this tarot portion of the message. Well, I think overall this is a big message of new people, like new friends, new coworkers, new partners in, whatever it is, love or life or work. But I think the first 6 months, Leos, are going to show you big, big changes with the people in your life, if we can say that. Justice. Love it. Another 11. You have 3 11s in your reading. 11, 11, 11. And I'll just tell you, I am a Leo rising, and I got married on 11, 11, 11. And my husband is a Leo, so obviously he also got married on 11, 11, 11. My guides are great. Okay, first, 9 of Cups. You see she's sitting there with her cup in hand. She's enjoying all that she's created because 9s are accomplishment. There is a B at the bottom. This represents community, right? Community. So I love these 2 cards together. The Queen on the throne setting boundaries, and the Queen, the feminine energy of the 9 of Cups enjoying her bounty, enjoying the things that she's created. Beautiful, beautiful message there. 10 of Pentacles. This has to do with the physical, your work life. This is also a beautiful card of abundance, right? Generational wealth. Your savings look good. Your money looks good. So January to June looks like it's going to be very fruitful for you in your work life, home life. Now, this can point to also your energy and the time you spend on things and getting your fruits of your labor. And the Cow card was saying exactly that, right? What you plant, what you sow, you will reap, right? What you plant, you will harvest. And this card is telling you that it's going to be a good harvest. And then you'll be celebrating that. 3 of Cups, 3 beautiful ladies toasting under the moonlight. Isn't that beautiful? It just gives you a good feeling to look at it. So you're going to be celebrating all of those things that you planted January, February, and March. So around April, May, June time, you're going to be feeling like this, on top of the world. Everything is in order. Bills are paid. Savings looks good. Investments look good. Love it. 6 of Cups. This is nostalgia, right? 6s are harmony. This shows just 2 happy people. It's usually children. They don't look like children, but maybe they are. You see a home in the background. You see cups filled with flowers, kitty cats, right? Food, sharing a snack, bird houses, beautiful greenery in the trees there. So this is thinking back. Now, nostalgia doesn't have to go way back to childhood. Nostalgia could be you looking back at 2025 or even 2024. And just appreciating where you are now. This is what Spirit is giving me. I know that is not typically the message of the 6 of Cups, but that's what Spirit is giving me right now for this reading for you. Is that, and 2333 was on the camera clock just then, that you may be January to June, more April, May, June-ish, you're going to be looking back and seeing how far you've come and saying, wow, you're going to feel a sense of pride about that. And about, how far you've come and what you've done in your home, business, family, relationships. And then you have the Priestess. This would be the High Priestess number 2. This is endings and beginnings. She is between endings and beginnings, and she's just sitting in the forest. She's probably meditating. The High Priestess in most decks looks very wispy and willowy because she is very much in her metaphysical, meditative state, dreamy state, right? So after all of this, you could get into a, wow, it's almost like a daydreaming. They're giving me the feeling of like you're daydreaming when this 6 of Cups and this Priestess is like you're so connected. You feel so connected to your soul, to your guides, and you're just, they give me a huge feeling of gratefulness, right? that you're looking back on how far you've come. That's the feeling they're giving me about that card. And then you have Justice, number 11, your third 11. She stands there with a sword in one hand and a scale in the other. She has peacock feathers on her cloak. She is standing between rocks and water and grass, like balancing between all those things. This big balance coming into your life. And I really feel that has a lot to do with the march, the cow, the sowing the seeds that you want to grow, gaining the abundance with that 10 of Pentacles, that you feel that all is right? You feel that things are balanced. And it gives me this, it's like the May, June of 2026, you start to feel more comfortable with how things are in your life, Leos. It's like this big relieved feeling of, okay, phew, I've gotten through all those things. And I just feel so good about how things are right now. Wow. Okay. Remember, February will be a big month. Remember to be on the lookout for those people who come into your life, who help you along, who show you the path that you co-create with. This is a beautiful reading for the first 6 months. I will be back mid-year with July to December. Of course, I'll be back before then with more readings. I think probably next I will do Coffee Cup again because everybody really enjoys that. But I hope that you've received something from this reading. Please do give it a thumbs up. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing, for watching, for liking, and for sharing. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.